I'd like to ask you, George Thomas, what is the biggest risk?
The by far the biggest risk is not investing. To Darren's point about can you avoid it? You could try to avoid it. You can put it into a savings account. You could, avoid the market because you're worried about what could happen with your money. You could, but you run the risk of having to work tirelessly and getting nowhere the rest of your life. So that moves that away. The second piece is can you mitigate it in some regards? So you can do things to help you mitigate some by understanding what the strategies are when it comes to investing, right? It does carry risk. Yes, you could be in the wrong investment and it could turn into a true disaster. So what you do there to mitigate is to get the education you need to be able to use what you know is necessary for you to get to your end destination, which is financial freedom. And then you talked about transferring risk. Transferring risk is you can transfer risk through investing if you enter strong, long-standing companies at discounted prices. If you can do that, all strong companies eventually, although they go on sale, they do rebound and then continue upward because they are true companies that are profitable, revenue generating with significant shareholder interest. So if you can get strong blue chip companies at a discount and then enter your investing, you're transferring the risk back to the company to help to for them to continue to perform and be those companies. So if you're in the Microsofts, the Nvidias, and all these other ones, again, this is just examples, not financial advice. But if you can find these companies at a discount, that can help you transfer some of the risk and concerns you may have about investing, transfer it back to the company that you're investing into for them to continue to perform. So the greatest risk is not investing because if you don't invest, how exactly are you planning to get to your end destination with your financial goals for you and your family? And most people that don't invest end up working tirelessly and long and missing out on important things that were important in their life. And if they would have just had just a little more of their most valuable asset, time, they would have been able to do and enjoy life the way that they ultimately would have. So that to me is a great risk and not one I'm worth taking. So we got into investing.